Hey, what's going on? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today we're going to talk about America's favorite sport. Well, debatable. But today we're going to be talking about football and how you can be more athletic in football. So stay tuned. Let's get started. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about American football, how you can be more athletic in it. But we're going to focus on two very specific things. We're going to focus on acceleration, and we're also going to focus on agility. All right? So one of the main things about football is you have to be able to explode really well. Because if you can't get out fast, if you're one of those people that takes a while for you to get to your top speed, you're not going to do that great in terms of evasion, in terms of just going on your route, or chasing down defender, whatever the case may be. You're not going to do as great because you won't be able to get to the defender who has a quick start. So the key thing is to make sure you're explosive as what, which is why the 40-yard dash is so important, because it measures your explosive ability to get to your max speed. How fast can you get to your max speed? All right, so we're not going to talk about a 40-yard dash. However, we are going to talk about acceleration, and we're going to talk about agility. So we're going to first talk about agility. What do you need to be able to be agile when you're playing football? One of the muscles that are absolutely important to making sure you are agile, being able to shift from side to side, is your abductors, your abductors, all right? They're key because when you are turning or changing positions, your adductors is the thing that shifts you to the side. So if you want to turn to the side, you're going to notice that when you turn, well, actually you should feel the muscles on the side of your glutes firing up, okay? You should feel. So when you're turning, you should feel that muscle firing up. Now, if you don't feel that muscle firing up, it is okay. I'm going to teach you how to get those muscles engaged. But before we do that, let's continue, right? So if you want to be more agile, you have to be able to develop these muscles. But it's not just that. You have to be able to stabilize your spine. Because if you're able to activate these muscles and your spine is flimsy, guess what's going to happen when you try to turn? And no athlete looks good. One, first, you don't look good doing that, okay? That's one. And two, it's not going to be very effective because if you're going at breakneck speeds and you want to change directions, your body has to follow too. You can't be flimsy it's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. So you have to make sure that your spine is absolutely stable and your body is united as one in the efforts to go in that direction. Whatever direction you pick, you're going right, you're going left, it doesn't matter. Your body has to be united. It has to be stabilized. All right? So that's one of the key things. So making sure that your abductors your hip abductors are great and you have stability in your spine. I'm going to get to those in a second. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to tell you exactly what exercises to work on to make sure that you improve in both your speed, your acceleration, and your agility. So for the speed portion, the acceleration portion, you have to make sure, like a lot of people, there's a reason why NFL athletes can jump really well, because you absolutely need those jumping muscles to be able to explode in whatever direction you want to go into, right? So if you are trying to get off the line, if you're trying to, whatever, when you change direction, you're trying to reaccelerate, these are the key muscles that you need. Or you're going to need your glutes, okay? You're going to need your hip flexors. You're going to need your hamstrings. You're going to need your quadriceps. These are the main muscles that you need. Now, I'm not even talking about stabilization yet, okay? We're not talking about that. In terms of power, you're going to need your glutes. You're going to need your hamstrings. You're going to need your quads. And you're going to need your hip flexors. These are key to exploding out, okay? Right. So let's get to the working out portion. If you are working out and you want to increase your agility, you want to improve your agility, what do you do? What on earth do you do, okay? So we said that it's your abductors you need to work on, right? If you want to be able to shift your change of direction or change your direction, you can do plie squats. That's one of the squats. It's very simple to do, or Y stance squats, okay? Now, for plie squats, what you're going to do is you're going to stand there. You're going to widen your stance. You're going to have your foot pointing outwards, okay? Not straight. You're going to point it outwards, away from you, all right? And you're going to do the same thing you would do for a squat. Same thing. You're gonna go up and down. Same thing. Very simple. All right. Same thing. Now, when you do those type of squats, you're gonna feel the engagement on the outer portion of your hips. That's why it's so important. So plie, you turn it out. Matter of fact, depending on who you are, as soon as you turn your foot out, if you have your abductors engaged really well, as soon as you turn your foot out, you're gonna feel them engage, all right? And then when you duck down, you see me, I'm coming out of the frame here, you come up, you're gonna feel them engage, all right? So it's very important to make sure you do those exercises. You can do them with weights, or you can do them without weights. It all depends on what you're trying to achieve. If you want them to get stronger, you might want to add some weights to it, but you don't need the weights. What you need is to be able to handle your body weight, okay? You have to be able to handle at least your body weight. So we start out with that first. If you want to progress from there, you can add some weight. All right, the second exercise is for your transverse. Like I said, remember I said you have to be stable. Your spine has to be stable. You have to be stable. You have to be as one as a unit. So when you're turning, you don't do one of these, okay? All right, so you have to be together. All right, so your transverse. One of the best exercises to do for your transverse is the isometric leg lifts. I've talked about this so often that you guys, anybody who's subscribed to my channel, watch my videos, you know this. The transverse, the isometric leg lifts are one of the best exercises for them. And as you see on your screen, it's very simple. All you're gonna do is you're gonna relax, you're gonna lay back, you're gonna put your hands behind your head, or you can put them flat on the side. It all depends on how you wanna do it. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring your legs out. Now, when you're doing it, what I want you to do is I want you to relax. Relax your stomach, all right? Relax your stomach, and then your transverse will take over. So when you first do it, take an inhale, relax your stomach, extend your legs out, and then just hold it there for 30 seconds. That's simple, all right? All right, now for the speed, if you wanna work on your quads, your quad strength, you can do squats, all right? Now the good thing about squats is that squats work on your hamstrings, works on your glutes, it works on your quads as well. So that's the best exercise for these kind of complex movements for sports. However, if your core isn't very strong, if your transverse isn't very strong, when you do squats, other muscles will take place, eliminating some of the muscles that you're trying to work on. Because when you're doing squats, you're supposed to work all three of the muscles. You're supposed to work your glutes, you're supposed to work your hamstring, and you're supposed to work your quads. But depending on the stability of your spine, if you do the squats, there may be precedence on your quads, which I will show you much later on, not in this video, but later on, how to specifically focus on the quads while doing squats, and specifically focus on the glutes while doing squats. But that's a different video altogether. So when you're doing squats, all I want you to do is just focus on pressing up, coming up as fast as you can. If you're doing air squats, come up as fast as you can. If you're adding weight, same thing, come up as fast as you can. Obviously, you probably won't come up fast, but just focus on exploding up as fast as you can. And the stronger your transverse is, the more you can utilize that type of strength, that weight room strength, onto the field. So if you want to be really explosive, especially if you're already strong, you have a huge head start. All you have to do is strengthen your transverse to the point where you can use it on the field. Now, what does that look like? How do you know that your transverse is strong? So when you're doing the exercise, you may see a hump, right? When you do the exercise, the isometric leg hold, you may see a hump at first. So the stronger the transverse becomes, the flatter that hump becomes. So your aim is to flatten that hump. You're gonna see it. It's like a hump right in between, in the middle of your abs. You guys know what I'm talking about, all right? So when you're doing the exercise, there's a hump. When you get stronger, that hump will flatten, and you're gonna feel like the abs are trying to go inside your rib cage. That's what you want to feel. That's how you know your transverse is getting stronger. Okay? And when you stand up, you're gonna feel that support. It feels like your stomach is sucking in. That's what you want. Okay? That's the kind of support that you want for your body. Once you have that, that's all you need to be an athlete. That's especially a football athlete. You're gonna be agile. You're gonna be explosive. You are going to be elusive, because when you have great body control, when your transverse is strong, there's a lot of movements you're able to do just because you have that body control. All right. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope I helped you in some way. shape, or form. I'm sure I have, because these have worked for other people as well. I'm sure it's going to work for you. So for a recap, for agility, make sure you do the plie squats to work on your abductors, your hip abductors. Secondly, for speed, for proper speed, you need to make sure that your squats are on point. Because your squats, that movement, that explosive movement you do when you're running, it is your quads that's in place, it's your glutes that's in place, your hamstring that's pushing you forward. Now I'm going to talk about the mechanic for speed another time. But I want you guys to know these are the muscles you need to focus on. Your transverse it's an unforgivable muscle to miss. You do not want to miss, I don't know if that Evan said that correctly, but you do not want to miss your transverse, because the thing that puts all of this together is your transverse, all right? So let's make sure we work on our transverse, let's make sure we work on our abductors, let's make sure we work on our hip flexors, let's make sure we work on our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes. If we can do that, you are in a good position. You can also work on your calves, but we'll talk about calves another time. For now, just work on these muscles that I've told you, and you will do amazingly well. You'll see, all right? So I want you guys to like, I want you to subscribe, I want you to share with your friends that are trying to be better football players, all right? And I'll see you guys next week. Emmanuel, out.